Hey guys, good morning. It's me, Megan Fox, and I'm back to talk to all my new friends. And I do feel like we are becoming friends, and that is really exciting and fun for me. So I thought I would show you. I'm in the middle of working. I'm writing a new article. It's going to be up soon, but I wanted to share it with you first. So since I've been reading to you articles, I'm going to read you my new one. So I'm going to share the screen so you can see me working here. This should be up. I haven't submitted it to editing yet, but I just wanted to share it with you because you guys have made me really proud to know you. And I just wanted to say thank you for that. Thank you so much for the likes and subscribes and the shares and everything else. It's incredible. And I hope to keep it going. Um, so, this is my new article that I'm working on right now that's going to be up soon on pjmedia.com. The radical left is showing liberals and conservatives that we can be friends again. Do you remember when it wasn't that long ago when it was common for liberals and conservatives to be friends? Rush Limbaugh famously had a friendship, or maybe they were frenemies, with Democrat fixer James Carville and his conservative wife Mary Maitland. At one time, Hollywood would acknowledge that not only did likable conservatives exist, but liberals could and did love them. Family Ties was the best example of that, with Alex P. Keaton clinging to his briefcase and framed photographs of Ronald Reagan, while his parents sang hippie ballads and agitated against nuclear proliferation. Neither side was taken too seriously, but each was presented as a valid way to view life. Each was seen as lovable, normal, and good. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air had the fiery black conservative Uncle Phil, who didn't take any nonsense from anyone and who demanded excellence from his family and would not hear excuses of any kind. Can you imagine Hollywood writers today giving us a black conservative character we are supposed to love? It simply doesn't happen anymore. If they do write a Republican into a show, you can rest assured that they're the killer, the bad date, the loser, or the class snob. No one has the heart to write an Alex Keaton anymore because the radical left that has taken over Hollywood hates all conservatives and wouldn't dream of inviting one over to dinner unless they were the victim of a brutal killing that a blue haired, non binary character would solve. I would challenge Michael Patrick King, the showrunner of the abominable And Just Like That, the Sex and the City reboot, to name one conservative person he knows and socializes with who voted for Trump. I have a feeling he would stare blankly. My recent YouTube commentaries about the terrible show that is making everyone on both sides of the political spectrum angry have been creating a lot of conversation that needs to happen in America if we are going to reclaim our identity. We are supposed to be people who argue fiercely, but shake hands when the debate is over and break bread together, realizing that we're all in this ship and we need one another to keep it going. The comments that I received on my videos have been especially heartwarming to me after years of feeling like I will be instantly hated and rejected by anyone left of center, and even sometimes center people if they find out what I do or what I think. I've literally turned books around on my shelves when neighbors came over so I could avoid the "why do you read Ann Coulter and Ayn Rand" judgment and just have a nice game of cards. It didn't work, by the way. They soon found out my political leanings and never spoke to me again. That's a true story. I've been recording myself reading news commentary about And Just Like That with my own take on it. And when reading a Washington Times piece, I made the distinction that the difference between liberal and radical left should be explained and separated. I long for the liberals of 20 years ago. Give me a liberal like James Carville any day over the radicalized, authoritarian, fundamentalist, gender obsessed church ladies running the Democrat Party today. A truly liberal person might vote Democrat, but they also still value free speech and are against compelling others to adhere to speech codes or thought policing or forcing anyone to bake a cake they don't want to bake. You can't be a liberal if you hate liberty for your political opposition. You can't call yourself a liberal if your values include shutting the other side up with big tech censorship and compelling behavior through force. A true liberal would stand for a debate and go out to drinks with their opponent afterward, not set the building on fire so an opposing view can't be heard, like Antifa did in Berkeley to keep Milo Yiannopoulos from speaking. That really happened, by the way. A true liberal adheres to the belief that I may hate what you say, but I will die defending your right to say it. After I explained my views on what the difference between a radical leftist and a liberal is, I received this comment. Yes, radicals are different from liberals. Thank you for the clarification. I consider myself a liberal woman of color, but I don't like this show's tokenized version of people of color, nor do I agree with how woke this show is trying to be, making up for the complete lack of people of color on Sex and the City. I know you're a conservative, but I enjoy your videos about AJLT and am a subscriber. We feel the same way about this show. The problem between liberals and conservatives has more to do with generational differences. I'm a Gen Xer. I probably have more in common with you and the columnist than I do with liberal Gen Z or millennial twats. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. I don't group all conservatives in the same pile, so I hope conservatives will have the same consideration when it comes to liberals. This comment gave me hope that maybe we can start making friends on the other side again. I despise an echo chamber, which is why I don't like alternative social media set up by conservatives. There is nothing more fun than a robust debate with people who see the world differently than you, but can agree we're all still Americans who love our country and each other. The radical left is doing a better job than I ever could, illustrating to run of the mill liberals why they might want to separate from them soon. A perfect example is this stupid show, and just like that, which pushes radical gender and critical race ideology down your throat with a toilet plunger. I don't even think they know what they have done, but normal people who have voted Democrat for the last 30 years or so are thinking, who the hell are these terrible people? They're normalizing cheating without regard for one's spouse, which is making everyone mad as hell, and forcing people to use pronouns that don't easily flow off the tongue without damaging the English language and our understanding of it. They're telling us that children should be able to make their own life changing decisions at the age of 13 with direction from know it all teachers and administrators. And by the way, after 2 years of COVID and teachers' unions playing with our kids' educations, there is hardly a parent alive right now who isn't giving their school administrators the side eye and a very short leash. Setting up school administrators as people who are the experts in what's good for our kids is incredibly tone deaf. Parents are barely tolerating the school situation as it is. Have you seen any school board meetings lately? What I've discovered through roasting AJLT is an entire community of people, some liberal, some conservative, but all of whom are united in disgust of what radical leftism is doing to entertainment. It's an excellent opportunity to reach out, and so here I am. If we want America back, we need to make friends with each other again. So let's do it while drinking Cosmos and dragging this awful, terrible, no good show. Another great thing coming out of the worst show ever made is that it has created an entirely new category of entertainment on YouTube. There are so many great channels creating funnier content than Michael Patrick King can even dream of now. I think that if this continues, there's a good chance that the entertainment we have wanted will become that which we create. A Twitter account going by the handle Miranda Hobbs's Cheap Wig has posted a great thread of entertainment that has popped up around this terrible show. And then you can, when this publishes, you can go and click on, and I'll put the link in the description for you. And you can go see Miranda Hobbs's Cheap Wig has compiled all her favorite YouTube channels that is dragging this show. My favorites are Real Housewives recaps, where Jennifer and her husband Jay make hilarious parodies of the show called And Woke Like That, and actress and beauty vlogger Kate the Great Beauty, who does a Samantha Jones impression that is better than any Saturday Night Live act you've ever seen. Warning, language, adult content. It is Samantha Jones. What would you expect? Have you guys seen this? I don't know if my volume's turned on, but I have to show you some of this.
Of hope. Wow. I'm glad somebody did.
Have you seen her? She is so funny. Oh,
Oh my God, my neighbors are fucking so hard. I don't even know if I can get this filmed. It's all right. Carry on. I'm into it. You know what? I never introduce myself on these videos. I figure I should start. My name is Samantha Jones, and yes, I do have a YouTube channel now. So many new people came over from a channel called Real Housewives Recaps. I want to thank you all for being a bunch of petty bitches who recognize fabulous content when they see it. Here's
It's so fabulous. She's so good in this whole video. I mean, you guys have to see the whole thing. I love her so much. Anyway, I continue. These ladies are all amazing and so fun. I want to be friends with all of them, and I don't care who they voted for. If we cared about that less and about each other more, maybe it wouldn't matter so much. So that's my newest article. I'm going to be putting that up in the next, I'm going to be throwing that over to my editor soon. And so it should be published, but I thought I would share it with you first because you guys have been so, so good to me. So you got a special sneak preview. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. I am loving our conversation so much. It is giving me so much material, for new articles, new ideas for videos. And that reminds me, if you have any if you found any articles you want me to read to you, please do send them to me because I love doing that. And also, I have this idea in my head that I do believe that we can actually end up creating the entertainment we want to see. We have so many talented people who are following this and who are truly outraged. And I know we've got writers in our group, we've got actors, musicians, we've got all kinds of people in this group who can make entertainment. So why don't we do it? Why don't you start telling me in the comments below what kind of storyline you saw happening for the reboot of Sex and the City? Let's write our own script. And there are so many talented people involved in this that maybe we can get a reading together of that script and see how it plays out with all of you. Wouldn't that be fun? I would love to do that. So if you guys have ideas, send them to me. I'll start collecting them and maybe try and write a new script for this show that would be way better than anything Michael Patrick King and those other wokesters in the writing room came up with. Have a great day, everybody. I'll